Good evening, students. In the previous class, that is class 6 for the chapter thermodynamics, I already completed fundamental terms, that is different types of enthalpy. That is enthalpy of fusion, enthalpy of vaporization, enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of atomization, enthalpy of ionization, enthalpy of allotropic transformation, along with bond energy, how to calculate the bond energy, entropy change, mathematical expression, unit, along with what do you mean by spontaneous process and non-spontaneous process, and few examples. Today in class 7 for the chapter thermodynamics, I will try to complete rest two important terms. That means the second law of thermodynamics, a different form of second law of thermodynamics, and the most important one is free energy. What do you mean by free energy? And that is gives free energy and some problems relating to it. So before going to that one, let us recap the previous class. That is entropy. It is a thermodynamic property, thermodynamic quantity which record, which measure the degree of randomness or the degree of disorderness, like internal energy and enthalpy. The absolute value of entropy one is unable to calculate. One is always calculate the change in entropy. That is del S is equal to S2 minus S1, S product minus S reactant, S final minus S initial. Symbolically, it is represented as del S is equal to Q reversible by T, where Q reversible, that is amount of heat supplied to the system in isothermal reversible process, and T is the temperature at which this process is going on. And if we observe the unit, then it is joule per Kelvin per mole or calorie per Kelvin per mole. Like internal energy and enthalpy, it is also a state function. It depends upon the initial state and final state and is independent of path followed. It is also an extensive property, depends upon the amount of the substance, quantity of the substance, but not its nature. From this value also, mark that one is able to calculate if entropy change is positive. If entropy change is positive, then it is clear that the process is spontaneous. If entropy change is negative, the process is non-spontaneous. And if entropy change is 0, then the system is at the state of equilibrium. So from this value also, one is able to calculate whether the system, whether the process is spontaneous or non-spontaneous. Next, switch over to the second law of thermodynamics. Next is second law of thermodynamics. 4 to 5 different type of definition are there for this law. That means the first law of expression of second law of thermodynamics is that all spontaneous processes, that means all the naturally occurring processes are the spontaneous processes. So all the spontaneous processes are irreversible one. It is the first form of the second law of thermodynamics. Next to second definition. If we mark the second definition, then without the help of an external agency, the second definition of second law of thermodynamics is that without the help of an external agency, the spontaneous process cannot be reversed. Then the third definition, that is, the complete conversion of heat into work is not possible without the help of an external agency. Next, the fourth definition is that all spontaneous processes are accompanied by net increase in entropy. And the last form is that is, the entropy of the universe is continuously increasing. These are the 5 different ways for the expressing the second law of thermodynamics. Not worry about, try to understand this one. In second page, students, in second page, we write this one. And last one, that is the free energy. That is, gives free energy, symbolically it is G. What do we mean by free energy? The maximum fraction of energy that is utilized in doing useful work done. I repeat again. The maximum fraction of energy that is utilized in doing useful work done is known as free energy. Its absolute value also never calculated. One is always calculate the change in free energy. That is del G. Del G is equal to G2 minus G1, G product minus G reactant, or G final minus G initial. And it is represented that mathematically del G is equal to del H minus T del S. Since we know that G is equal to H minus Ts, so del G is equal to del H minus T del S. This free energy change is defined as the enthalpy change minus the product of entropy and absolute temperature. As exact value is not calculated, we calculate that G1 is equal to H1 minus Ts1, G2 is equal to H2 minus Ts2. So del G is equal to G2 minus G1 is equal to H2 minus H1 minus, taking T common, S2 minus S1 is equal to del H minus T del S. So del G is equal to del H minus T del S. This expression given by two chemists, one is Gibbs and one is Helmholtz. So this equation is known as a Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. Like entropy change also, from this free energy change, one is able to identify the spontaneity of a process. Mark that. If del G greater than 0, the process is non-spontaneous. Point 2. If del G less than 0, then the process is spontaneous. And third one is if del G is equal to 0, the system is in the state of equilibrium. I repeat again. In entropy, if entropy change positive, then spontaneous. But here if free energy change is negative, then it is spontaneous. And if entropy change is negative, non-spontaneous, free energy change is positive, non-spontaneous. And if free energy change is 0, then the process or the system is in the state of equilibrium. These are some output of the free energy change. Like internal energy, enthalpy, entropy, it is also a state function, depends upon initial state and a final state, independent of path followed. It is also an extensive property. It is depends upon the amount of substance present in it, but not its nature. Finally, this free energy change also related to electrical work done by an expression, that is del G naught. If this free energy change is recorded at a standard state, then known as standard free energy change. Mark that it is related to electrical work done by a principle, that is del G naught is equal to minus NF E naught cell, where N is equal to number of electrons involved in cell reaction. F is the Faraday, that is 96500 coulomb, and E naught cell is the standard cell potential. These are some points about the free energy change or gives free energy change. Then part 1 is over. In phase 2 we write some definition. Then in phase 3 switch over to problem. Now note down some definition relating to the entropy. Mark that. And also the definition of second law of thermodynamics. I already completed the 5 different laws to express the second law of thermodynamics. Mark that. First law, all spontaneous processes, that means the naturally occurring processes, are thermodynamically irreversible, that is not reversible. It is the first definition of second law of thermodynamics. Move to second one. Without the help of an external agency, a spontaneous process cannot be reversed. Next to third definition. The complete conversion of heat into work is not possible without leaving some effect elsewhere. It is the third definition. Complete conversion of heat and work is not possible. If and only if there is some effect is there, which as a result of which some effect elsewhere leaving, as a result of which this complete conversion of heat into work is not possible. Similarly, without the help of an external agency, spontaneous work never reversible. That means in another way, one can also say that heat cannot be flow by itself, flow from a colder body to a hotter body. Next to the fourth definition, that is all spontaneous processes are accompanied by net increase in entropy. All spontaneous processes accompanied by net increase in entropy. In other words, one can say that for all the spontaneous processes, the total entropy change, for all the spontaneous processes, the total entropy change, that is sum of the entropy changes of system and surrounding, is positive. That means we say that del S total is equal to del S system plus del S surrounding greater than 0. And the last one is the entropy of the universe is continuously increasing. Hence, by combining the first law and second law of thermodynamics, one can draw one conclusion that energy of the universe remains fixed. Energy of the universe remains constant, but entropy of the universe continuously increases and reaches a maximum. Mark that. Hence, the main idea of first and second law of thermodynamics is the energy of the universe is constant. Energy of the universe is constant, whereas the entropy is continuously increasing and tends to maximum. This is the different form of second law of thermodynamics. And some notes relating to the entropy change. Mark that. If entropy change is positive, already we discussed, mark that. If entropy change is positive, then the process is spontaneous. If entropy change is negative, then the process is non-spontaneous. If entropy change is equal to 0, then the system or the process is in the state of equilibrium. And for any system, for any process, change in entropy or del S total or del S universe is equal to del S system plus del S surrounding. And for reversible process, del S system plus del S surrounding is equal to 0. For not reversible process, del S system plus del S surrounding, that is del S total or del S universe is greater than 0. So, for any process, we say that del S universe or del S total is greater than equal to 0. Mark that. Del S total is equal to del S universe is equal to del S system plus del S surrounding for any process. And for cyclic process, the entropy change is 0. For any reversible process, entropy change of universe or entropy change of total is 0. But for irreversible process, del S total greater than 0. Next, last one expression method relation for calculating entropy change. That is, as we know, del S is equal to Q by T is equal to 2.303 nr log V2 by V1 or is equal to 2.303 nr log P1 by P2, where n number of moles and r is known as universal gas constant. These are some relationship and a formula. Next, we solve some problem relating to it. Next, try to solve some problems based upon the entropy change. Mark that. Calculate the entropy change involved in conversion of 1 mole of water at 373 Kelvin to vapor at the same temperature. Given that, what is the given? Latent heat of vaporization of water is 2.257 kilojoule per gram. We know answer. Mark that. Answer. We know del S total entropy change is equal to, that means here better to mark that conversion of liquid water to vapor. That means here we can use the term, in this case we can use del S vapor. So, entropy change of vaporization is equal to enthalpy change of vaporization by T boiling TB. We know this formula. So, first thing we have to calculate enthalpy change of vaporization. Here mark that enthalpy change of vaporization given, that is 2.257 kilojoule per gram. That means we have to multiply its molar mass 18. Then after multiplying 18, this value is equal to 40.626 kilojoule per mole, and temperature is given, that is 373 Kelvin. Now put this value, del S VAP is equal to del H VAP by TB is equal to 40.626 divided by 373. If we divide, then answer numerical equal to 0.108 kilojoule per Kelvin per mole. So here entropy change of vaporization is 0.108 kilojoule per Kelvin per mole. Clear? Good. Move to the next one. Mark that. What is the next one? Mark the question. What is the question? Calculate the entropy change involved in conversion of 1 mole of solid ice at 273 Kelvin to liquid water at the same temperature. Means here a solid transfer to liquid. That means the process is known as what? Solid transfer to liquid. Then process is known as a fusion. So now we calculate entropy of fusion. That means del S FUS we know is equal to del H FUS Tm. What is M? M stands for melting point. If we apply, put this value is equal to, mark that, given that there is a latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion is given, that is 6025 joule per mole divided by 273 Kelvin. On solving this value, the answer is 22.1, nearly equal to 22.1 joule per Kelvin per mole. This value, that is entropy change of fusion of conversion of ice to water is 22.1 joule per Kelvin per mole. Any doubt? No doubt. Good. Move to the next question. Mark that. What is the next question? Never worry, students. Never worry about seeing the problem. That means you have to create one patience, read the question thoroughly, then write down what are the given data given, then apply the formula and get the answer. Mark the question. Predict in which of the following cases entropy increases or decreases. If entropy increases, that means if randomness increases, disorderness increases, then we say that entropy increases. If randomness or disorderness decreases, then we say that entropy decreases. Mark that one by one. That means here 2SO2 gas plus O2 gas give rise to 2SO3 gas. Means reactant side is total gas, product side is also total gas. But one important thing that in a reactant side, that is 3 volume. In product side, that is 2 volume. So 3 volume of gases squeeze to becomes a 2 volume. That means volume squeezes, means randomness decreases. So we say that here del S is decreases, del S decreases or del S less than 0. Okay, move to next one. Water at 298 Kelvin and 1 atmosphere pressure transfer to water at 330 Kelvin and 1 atmosphere pressure. Pressure remains same, but temperature increases. If temperature increases, what about randomness increases? If randomness increases, then what about entropy change? Entropy change also increases. So here, what we write? If pressure remains same and temperature increases, as randomness increases, entropy increases. So we say entropy del S greater than 0, or we say entropy increases. Okay? Any doubt? No doubt. Good. Move to the next question. Mark that. Hydrogen at 298 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric pressure is transferred to hydrogen gas at 298 Kelvin and 10 atmospheric pressure. In the previous case, temperature increases, pressure remains same. But here, temperature remains same, pressure increases. If pressure increases, apply it to a container containing gas. If pressure increases, then volume decreases. If volume decreases, then randomness decreases. So we say that here del S is negative, less than 0, or entropy decreases. Any doubt? Good. Move to the next one. Mark that. What is the next one? Hydrogen molecular form H2 gas is transferred to 2H gas. Means what happened here? the molecule break down to atom. So as bond break down, what happen? Randomness increases, disorderness increases. So we say that entropy change greater than 0, or we can write entropy increases. Okay, good. Next one, mark the next question. What is the next question? Mark that. That is sodium bicarbonate solid break down to sodium carbonate solid, carbon dioxide gas and water liquid. That is one molecular species break down to 3 components. So from this we draw one conclusion that if one component break down to 3 sub-components, then bond breaking taking place. Bond breaks, as a result of which randomness increases. As bond breaking, so randomness increases. That means del S greater than 0, or one can write entropy increases. Okay. Mark the next question. What is the next question? Mark that. Temperature of a crystalline solid increases from 0 to 100 Kelvin. If temperature increases, what about their randomness? What about their molecular velocity? So increases, randomness increases, disorderness increases. That means we say that entropy change is greater than 0 or positive, or entropy increases. Okay, mark the next last question. What is the last question? A liquid crystallizes into solid. That means liquid transport to solid. We know, basing upon the molecular arrangement, basing upon the magnitude of forces of attraction, we divide matter generally into 3 different types. One is solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. If we compare solid and liquid, the magnitude of van der Waals force of attraction in case of solid between the constituent particle is maximum, is more in comparison to that of liquid. So when liquid form transport to solid form, then what about to randomness, disorderness? It is decreases. So we say that entropy change less than 0 or entropy decreases. It is little idea about the change in entropy. Next switch over to some numericals relating to also entropy change. Mark that another some problem. Oxygen gas weighing 64 gram is expanded from 1 atmosphere to 0.25 atmosphere at 30 degrees centigrade. Calculate the entropy change, assuming that the gas is to be ideal. So here pressure term is involved, so we know that answer. Entropy change, one formula is there for calculating entropy change, that is del S is equal to 2.303 nR log 10 P1 by P2. If volume, then V2 by V1. If pressure, then P1 by P2. It is the formula. So here N is a number of mole. We have to calculate the number of mole. How one is calculate the number of mole? We know number of mole is equal to weight by molecular mass. Weight is given 64, and for oxygen molecule O2, that means it is 32 is equal to 2. So here by applying this one, 2.303 into 2 into 8.314 into log base 1 base 10 P1, that is 1 divided by P2, that is 0.25. Mark that. Any doubt here how we calculate the number of mole? We know that number of moles is equal to weight by molecular mass. If it is oxygen, then 16 oxygen atom, it is oxygen molecule, so molecular mass is 32, weight 64 given in the question by 32 is equal to 2. So on solving this one, the answer, expected answer is 191.24 joule per Kelvin per mole. Any doubt? Is it clear? Good. Move to the next question. What is the next question? Next question, mark that. Calculate the entropy change when 10 mole of an ideal gas, number of mole given here, expand isothermally reversibly from volume, initial volume 10 liter to final volume 100 liter at 300 Kelvin. So here volume involvement. So we write del S is equal to 2.303 NR log base 10 V2 by V1. So applying this value 2.303 N number of mole, it is given in the question 10, R is 8.314 into log base 10 V2 by V1 100 by 10. Mark that. On solving this value, the expected answer is equal to, on solving this value, expected answer is 191.24 joule per Kelvin per mole. This is little idea about the entropy change. Next, switch over to some definition of the free energy change, that means Gibbs Helmholtz equation and its characteristics. Next, note down the definition and some relationship relating to free energy. That is Gibbs free energy. Already I discussed what is free energy. The maximum fraction of energy that is available for a system for doing useful work done is known as free energy. Like enthalpy and entropy, its absolute value never calculate. We always calculate the change in free energy. Free energy symbolically G. G is equal to H minus Ts. G is equal to H minus Ts. H known as enthalpy. T is the absolute temperature. S is known as entropy. Its absolute value never calculate. We calculate the change in free energy. That means, mark that, if we write G1, here we mark that if we write G1 is equal to H1 minus Ts1, G2 is equal to H2 minus Ts2, then del G is equal to G2 minus G1. Differencing these two equations, we have, mark that, H2 minus H1 minus T common S2 minus S1. That means del H, del G is equal to, now transfer to del G is equal to del H minus T del S. So the free energy change is equal to the difference between enthalpy change and a product of entropy change into temperature. Like enthalpy and internal energy, it is also a state function, depends upon the initial state and final state, independent of path followed. It is an extensive property, depends upon the quantity or amount of substance present in the system, but not its nature. So mark the definition. The maximum fraction, what is the definition for Gibbs free energy? The maximum fraction of energy available to a system that can be converted into useful work done under a constant temperature and pressure is known as Gibbs free energy. Mathematically represent H is equal to H minus Ts. Normally we calculate the change in free energy, that is del G is equal to del H minus T del S. This relationship, this equation is known as Gibbs Helmholtz equation. From the definition, it is clear that the del G change in free energy is the useful work done. So that is del G is equal to, that is also a maximum work done. So minus del G is equal to W max or W useful. Last one relationship, that is free energy change, standard free energy change and electrical work done. Relationship is that del G naught is equal to minus NF E naught cell, where N, that is the number of electron involved in the cell reaction. F is known as the Faraday, is equal to 96500 coulomb, bigger unit of electricity, and E naught cell is known as the standard EMF of a cell or cell potential. And also last one, from this value also free energy change one can predict the spontaneity. If free energy change is negative, then the process is spontaneous. If free energy change is positive, then the process is non-spontaneous. And the last one, if free energy change is 0, del G is 0, then the process or the system is at the state of equilibrium. It is some definition or some expression relating to free energy change. In last segment, Sujabatu, some problems. We solve that problem basing upon this relation. Then try to solve some problems basing upon the Gibbs free energy change. Mark that. The EMF of the cell reaction, the cell reaction is given, is 1.1 volt. Calculate the free energy change. We know one relationship is there, that is free energy change and electrical work done, that is del G answer. Del G naught is equal to minus NF E naught cell. So here E naught cell, that is electrical work done or EMF of the cell is given. F is fixed, we know, that is 96500 coulomb, and N, the number of electron involved in the cell reaction. Mark that. Zinc transfer to zinc 2 ion means it loses 2 electron. Copper 2 plus ion transfer to copper means it gain 2 electron. So the number of electron involved in this cell reaction is 2. So applying this value here, del G naught is equal to minus 2 into N is, I repeat again, number of electron involved in the cell reaction. 2 electron, that 2 electron, never think that 4 electron, I repeat again. That 2 electron lost by the zinc is gained by the copper. So total is not 4, that is 2. N means number of electron involved in the cell reaction. F is Faraday 96500 coulomb into E naught cell, that is 1.1 volt. Remember that coulomb into volt is equal to joule. Never worry about, that is coulomb into volt is equal to 0, and multiplying this value nearly equal to 212 is equal to minus 212.3 kilojoule. This one is the free energy change. Okay, any doubt? No doubt. Good. Move to the next question. Mark the next question. Mark the question. What is the question? At 0 degree centigrade, ice and water are in equilibrium. That means the process is equilibrium. Since the process is equilibrium, answer. We know that since the process is equilibrium, so here del G is equal to 0. Again, we know that del G is equal to del H minus T del S. So from this data, we also write that del H is equal to del H is equal to T del S. This is the final expression. And del H value is given, and calculate equilibrium and del H is given for this process. Then what will be the entropy change and free energy change for the conversion of solid to liquid, that is ice to water. Since del G is equal to 0, we find our final relationship del G H is equal to del S. Question is calculate del S. Therefore, del S is equal to del H by T. Del H is given 6 kilojoule means 6000 joule divided by temperature, that is 0 degree Celsius, that is 273 Kelvin. Mark that. On solving this value, the answer is nearly equal to 21.98 joule per Kelvin per mole. It is the value of entropy change, and Enthalpy change, question is enthalpy change. Here enthalpy change. Enthalpy change is equal to T into del S, that is 273 into 21.98. On multiplying this value, the answer is equivalent to, on multiplying this value, answer is equal to, mark that, 47.32 joule per mole. This one question is calculate del H and del S. Del S is equal to 21.98 joule per Kelvin per mole and enthalpy change is 47.32 joule per Kelvin, joule per mole. Okay, good. Move to the next one. Mark that. What is this one? Mark that in the previous question is calculate the del S and del G. Del G initially you calculate, that is 0 as the state of equilibrium. Mark the question. Enthalpy change and entropy change. Enthalpy change and entropy change for the reaction given. Enthalpy change, that is del H is equal to 40.63 kilojoule per mole, and entropy change del S is equal to 108.8 joule per Kelvin per mole. So calculate the feasibility at 27 degree centigrade. Temperature is equal to 27 degree centigrade is equal to 27 plus 273 is equal to 300 Kelvin. We have to calculate the feasibility. That means we have to calculate del G. If del G is a positive value, then non-spontaneous, not feasible. If del G value negative, that is spontaneous or feasible. So mark that. We know that is del G is equal to del H minus T del S. Very important thing is that in this type of problem, always question in unit of enthalpy is kilojoule, unit of entropy is joule. That's why it is necessary to transfer the kilojoule value to joule. Okay, so here del H is equal to 40630 joule minus 300 Kelvin into del S is equal to 108.8 joule per Kelvin per mole. Mark that. On solving this value, the answer is expected answer nearly equal to 7990 joule per mole. Mark that. That means it is clear that we write since del G is positive, therefore the process is non-spontaneous. Just before we discuss, that means if free energy change, that is del G naught is positive, it is not feasible, del G naught is negative, then it is feasible. Since its value is positive, it is not feasible. Last one is one relationship between free energy change and equilibrium constant. Mark that. One relationship between free energy change and equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant, the symbol is K. Remember that the relationship between free energy change and equilibrium constant, that is del G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log K. It is a relationship. Mark that. Relationship between free energy change and equilibrium constant. That is del G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log K. Here K is known as equilibrium constant and del G naught is known as standard free energy change. It is all about the free energy change and its relation, application, and also the chapter thermodynamics.